To get all 3 stars on Null Horizon, the secret level of the campaign of Athena Crisis, we're gonna need some skills. I recommend just trying to boost your attack power as high as possible. I like aggressive stance, and I'm gonna take the regular attack up skill. I know there will be and are skills that increase your attack even further, but since these are the easiest to get, attack up you just get normally, and aggressive stance you get from beating the prequel campaign. I'm just going to use these because I know most people will have access to them. Alright, I'm going to hold left click to skip through the dialogue, and we're going to begin. Alright, so as usual, let's take a look at our objectives. Beating the level in 6 turns is actually really easy with all our attack bonuses. A power of 6 is going to be the main challenge, and one-shots again will be really easy, especially with the attack bonuses. So we're going to focus on trying to keep as many of our units alive as possible, since that's really the only thing stopping us from achieving total victory. Alright, to start with, let's talk about the different corners of the map. The zombies are the scariest thing to deal with because they can convert anything they hit. The bomber is the best tool to deal with the zombies, as the zombies can't reach the bomber and convert it. So we're going to be using the bomber on the bottom left. The bottom right we're going to want to ignore as long as possible. These units will take a little while to get over here, and we can just ignore them until they do. The top right is also pretty slow. These dragons are very slow, and our brute can just deal with them when they finally get here. We will have to deal with the tank and the recons, but that's fine. And finally, the top left, our fighter is going to be able to knock out this air, and that's going to be its main job. Alright, so now that we know how we're going to deal with everything, we're going to move to the left, focus on the left, fighter kills this, bomber kills this. Let's focus on the first turn where we're surrounded by commander units. We're going to want to take out as many of these at a time as we can, and be wary of this enemy tank, for example. I kind of like using the dinosaur to take out this one, because it's just out of range of this tank, it's just out of range of this tank, and it can one-shot the tanks later, so Dinosaur's really good for that. The fighter, we're just gonna, kind of move up here somewhere, but I'm not gonna move it yet, because I might want to protect one of my other units. As we've already said, the bomber is gonna move down here. We might as well take this guy out while we're moving the bomber towards the zombies. And the flamethrower will be really great against the aliens later. We want to make sure to put it somewhere where it's not going to be in danger. Right here is fine, because we need it to kill the aliens. I'm going to use the sniper to take out this one. And I kind of don't want to deal with these two if I can avoid it, but I probably can't avoid it. So we're going to try to use a bazooka bear to take one of them out. The bazooka bear isn't completely essential. As far as dealing with this last one goes, we kind of can't. We have bigger problems. We need to take out these two. So I'm going to use the APCU to wreck one of them. And let's see, jetpacks does decent damage. Infantry does decent damage. I'm going to use the infantry, and then we're going to heal the infantry with the medic. The mech comes down here because it's going to fight all those tanks. The pioneer can come up here to kind of protect the medic a little bit. The brute is in a good spot. And as for the alien, I fully expect our alien is going to die, as weird as that is. I'm going to move it back and protect it for now, though, just because it's going to be useful against tanks and things later. Okay, now we can finally move our fighter. I'm going to put it here to protect our APCU from the copter. This is why I waited until last to bring the fighter up here, because I don't want the copter to hit my APU. I like this turn. I like what we've done. If I feel like maybe I could sacrifice the Saboteur to finish off this commander, if I do that, the copter's probably going to hit me, the artillery's going to hit me. I'm not going to do it right now. I want to keep my units alive. Remember, keeping our units alive is a big goal. Alright, we take a little bit of damage there, and we're going to lose our bazooka bear, which is unfortunate. I don't like losing the bazooka bear, but it's okay. It's okay. We can survive losing the bazooka bear. We can survive losing a few different units, as long as we're keeping with the general principles in this guide. We want to use general principles here, so what's important? The flamethrower stays alive to kill the aliens later. The sniper is a good unit to start with, because there aren't that many things it can hit. Let's hit the recon, because that's kind of the tankiest, and then finish it off with our bruiser. Okay, I like that. Can the APCU kill the copter? Not really, but it can kill the artillery. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll use our fighter to kill the copter. Alright. We can use the Saboteur to do big damage here. Whoopsie, I didn't mean to do that. And when you make a mistake you didn't mean to do, feel free to hit the turn redo button, and you can start your turn over from the beginning. That's going to be very useful on this map if you make an oopsie. Alright, once again, we're going to use the flamethrower to take this guy out and keep nice and safe. We're going to use the brute to hit this thing. Probably should have hit it with the sniper first, but that's okay. We're going to use the fighter to take out the copter, the bomber to take out the artillery, and then it'll go and deal with the zombies. We're going to use the dinosaur to get rid of the heavy tank, because the dinosaur is really the best thing for that, and then the bazooka can attack the regular tank. Because I'm worried about the anti-air hitting my bazooka, I'm going to use the alien now, and we're going to damage this anti-air and poison it so that it'll start taking lots of damage over time. This weakened infantry can easily figure off that commander, and we're going to heal it up. I don't know what I just said, but I meant to say finish off. The APU can come down here. It'll probably help us deal with these zombies pretty soon. Bring this down here too. And, you know, we're looking pretty good. Yeah, the zombies are kind of out of range. I'm going to start moving my units this way because I kind of want to get away from the acid bombers. And that's a much better turn. I'm going to end my turn here. Don't be afraid to redo your turn if you run into any trouble. Yeah, you see the brute could tank that hit really well. The alien is chomping on all this stuff. And the enemy misused Eagle Eye. They did a lot of damage to my bomber, which I don't love. It's ideal if you can not let that happen, but it's fine. And I try to let bad things happen, as weird as it is, in these videos, so that I can explain what to do when things go wrong. Alright, we're gonna start with the fighter just hitting the acid bomber, because that's obvious. The sniper can only hit this tank, so let's do that. The flamer dude has a lot of options. We can one-shot a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and one-shot the dragon over here, and use the bruiser to heavily weaken this dragon, and then use the APU to weaken the aliens. The dragons do a lot of damage if they can get near you, so I like to try to prevent that as much as possible. We've got a little bit of a problem here. The zombie will not go down to my bomber strike. I can use the dinosaur to finish off one zombie, but if I do, the other zombie will convert it. So we want to try to keep our dinosaur away from the zombies for the time being. So we're going to run it over here where it can be safe. That tank is going to die to alien poison, so let's just blow up the anti-air and retreat our alien over here where it can be safe. We'll use the medic to heal it up. Remember, we want to try to keep our units as alive as possible. And we're taking advantage of the fact that this tank can't really enter the trench, so it's not a big threat to us right now. We're staying away from the zombies until we can weaken them a little more. We're staying away from the acid bombers. We're just staying away from everything that could really hurt us. This alien could damage some stuff, but I think we did pretty good. Let's end our turn here. And again, even if you don't play it exactly like I am, the point is to learn the general strategies that work. Alright, so they killed a few of my dudes. They damaged a few of my dudes. They misused Eagle Eye, which makes the level a lot easier. Oh wow, they can use the dragon twice. That's scary. If the AI ever learns how to use Eagle Eye properly, this level will be impossible. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So our power level is a little low, because we let a few dudes die. But we've had plenty of one-shots, thanks to our increased attack bonus, and we're right on time to beat the level in just a couple turns. I'm going to go ahead and attack this acid bomber. And I'm going to finish off this zombie here. Now, this last zombie can't reach us, so we're good for now. I'm going to use the sniper to take out the alien, the dinosaur to take out the tank. What takes out this tank? I think my bruiser could do decent damage, but let's start with the APU. It's not great at taking out tanks, but I think it does all right here. And we'll finish off the dragon. Now, since that tank has a lot of health, and I really don't like that, I kind of want to hit it with the alien. And then I'm going to heal up my alien so that the tank is poisoned and will take poison damage over time. Now, the rocket infantry is really great for finishing off the acid bombers. If you've noticed, I haven't really used this jetpack yet, but it's really good for finishing off the acid bombers. Let's make sure no one is in range of the zombie. That would be pretty bad. We don't want anyone to get converted into a zombie. It's the one thing that could ruin this run, and we're going to end our turn. Yeah, the enemy is not strong enough to kill us anymore. They're just being annoying. And now we can totally finish them off. Snipers are great for removing the last zombie. Jetpack can remove the last plane over there. And anything can kill the last tank. As you can see, we've managed to save and kill enough things that our power level is pretty high. We're going to finish off the tank with the alien, with the APU, there we go. So try to use all of the matchups I used in this video, like bomber versus zombie, fighter versus air units. Ignore the dragons until the end, and then rush them with flamethrowers, APUs, and snipers. The dinosaur is great against tanks, the mech is great against tanks, the alien can harass heavy units you're having trouble with, and the medic is really good for keeping all of your infantry alive. I hope this helped you beat the level. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and enjoy your free stars on the final, ultimate secret level of the Athena Crisis Campaign.